Hello and welcome to the Essential Being podcast with myself, your host, Jolene Whiting. I have been a pole dance teacher for nearly 20 years. I'm also a yoga instructor, and my favourite pastimes are connecting to my own sensuality, connecting with the world, and connecting with animals as well. In this podcast, you'll find new and inventive ways of how you see yourself, connecting yourself with others, and also how you see and view the world around you. In this episode today, we are going to be looking at what it means to be envious of somebody and what it means to feel jealous. Hello, you essential being. I hope your day has been filled with gratitude and love already today. And let's continue that throughout the day. So thank you for joining. Today, I would like to talk to you about envy versus jealousy. Now, we've kind of been, I have been brought up in a world where envy is seen as a bad thing. But I would like to give you my take on it today. So I feel like with envy, it actually is a little bit nicer, a lot nicer in my head than jealousy, but they're actually quite closely linked. So with envy, if you've ever looked at somebody and what they're doing and think, oh, I wish that was me. Oh, I wish I could do that. Oh, I'm going to do that. And you kind of, envy can be linked a little bit more with being inspired, because with envy, you can start to embody. I feel like with envy, you look at what somebody is doing and you think, I could do that. I could do that. And can you see like that self-talk is already kind of making you think, yeah, and you're sort of motivating yourself and feeling a bit inspired, and you're like, oh, I really want what they've got. That's envy. Yeah. I don't see that as being a bad thing, because I feel like you're embodying the thing that you want to have. So it's interesting. I had a good conversation with a friend of mine about since I started the podcast, and she said, I feel very envious. And I said, well, that's cool, because she was like, I think I could do something like this. And I was like, good, this is what we want. We want people to be sharing the love, building each other up. And I thought, my God, my podcast is making somebody else feel like they could have a podcast. I'm like, yes. And when she was talking about it and talking about what she would put on there, I was thinking, I'd listen to that. I would so listen to that. Do it. And if you want help, ask me. I was so like, yes. But she didn't get a feeling of jealousy. It was envy. She was embodying what she wanted to have through watching something that I was doing. And I think, that's incredibly powerful. That is good stuff. That is making the world go in the right direction. So what's the difference with jealousy? Now, jealousy, I feel, holds a lot of shaming with it. And jealousy is a bit like the typical thing of, oh, she's got the man I wanted. She doesn't deserve him. I'd be so much better for him. That type of thing, that's a jealousy. That type of action is jealousy. That's not envy. That's jealousy. And that's kind of, it feels like you're more annoyed with yourself for not taking maybe an action. Maybe you never spoke to that person. Maybe if we're talking about this little scenario that I've just made up, maybe you're annoyed that you didn't take action and talk to him first or something. Maybe you were too shy or too scared. And those feelings are valid. I'm not saying they're not. But when we come at things with jealousy, we bring each other down. And not only that, we bring ourselves down, because you might be shaming yourself, feeling inside, well, I'm so this, I'm so that, because I couldn't talk to him. And then you project that on a lot of the time to the person. Even if you don't say anything, your energy is still projecting their way. So just be aware of how you are showing up in the world. If you are somebody who feels jealous quite a lot, and it's knowing the difference between jealousy and envy. So jealousy will feel quite inward. You might not even want to share it, or if you do, you might be quite spiteful with it. I can even feel how my voice is changing when I'm talking and saying these words. They feel very different, very different. So if you are a jealous person, and I'm a Scorpio, so I know what jealousy can feel like. If you are a jealous person, you need to have a look at that. You need to have a look at how you are treating yourself, how you are showing up for yourself, because then you can look at how you portray yourself in this world. If you believe in yourself more, you'll have more confidence. So looking at those types of things within yourself, and then realizing how different it feels if you are envious of somebody. Yeah. So when we feel envious of somebody else, we can feel inspired. We can feel empowered. We create more self-belief. So it's reframing these thoughts, doing the inner work of finding out what is actually making us tick, to make us feel jealous, and to know, is it jealous or are we envious? Because they're very close. Things that can help with this would be journaling, writing down your thoughts. You can write them down and never read them again. It's not about reading them again. You might not even be able to read your writing. And there's something different about if you actually physically write down rather than typing. It's up to you how you do this. But I find when you write stuff down, you will even notice. So when I said earlier, I can feel my voice changing with some of the things that I'm talking about. You will feel different things come through as you are holding a pen to paper. You will feel energy come through your body and onto that paper. And you might think, I need to burn this page. This is not who I want to be. And you can actually vent out physically quite a lot through journaling, just because you feel a different pressure, a different urgency with how you are writing, how much pressure you're using. It feels different. And that is a way of letting this stuff out, letting it go and understanding what it is. So you might write stuff down and think, oh my God, I didn't know what that. I didn't realize I had that thought. And get it out, get it aware of it, maybe make it go away, maybe work through it. Also, meditation of coming into yourself, into your psyche, and actually just bringing more appreciation and gratitude within yourself, or maybe realizing why it's not there. So meditation is quite a good practice as well. So to come inward in one of those two ways will really help you unfold what these feelings are and why you're having them. Because even if you don't really feel jealous, but you feel envious, you need to go into that and look at what that means. Because there might be something that you could be doing with your life that you haven't tapped into, but you're feeling envious about all these other people that are, and not realizing that you have the magic that you could do this too. Whatever this is, you can do it too. So I will leave you with those. They're quite intrusive subjects, I think. They're very inward ones, and you might not want to talk much about them. And if you don't want to talk much about them, definitely go inward and try and unpack them yourself. I hope that has helped you today. Maybe it's enlightened you in a different way that you thought. I don't know. You have to let me know. Remember to lead through your life with your heart, and as always, to live with intention. Thank you so much for tuning in today. If you enjoyed this episode, please do share it with your friends and on social media. If you have the time to rate or review this podcast, I'd be ever so grateful. If you'd like to follow me on Instagram, you can find me at Jolene Sensual Being. The links to my YouTube and to sign up to my mailing list will be in the show notes as well. I look forward to speaking with you again very soon.